Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbor.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New Jersey,
California,
Utah,
Michigan.
Massachusetts,
Canada,
Our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Bay Lake Tower,
Key West,
Riviera
Alani Resort,
Boulder Ridge,
Grand Floridian,
Beach Club. And you're listening to
My
Well, welcome home, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Tonight, I'd like to welcome to the show. We've got Tyler joining us, and we've got Alicia back. Oh, let me take it. There you guys go.
There we go. Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hey there. So we've got a really fun show tonight. And tonight we're going to cover 3-4 different topics. We've got 3 or 4 people that are going to be potential, members on the street tonight. So they could be popping in from their phones, and when they pop in, because we don't want to interrupt their vacation and tell them a specific time. So when I see them down in the green room, I'll try to pull them in. But tonight we are going to be talking about, let me get rid of this banner here. And tonight we're going to be talking about countdown shares. So when's everybody going home? If you guys could share that out now and go ahead and make those comments on the show as to when everybody's going home. And then we'll talk about the new 2021 point charts that came out this week, dues and discounted gift cards. And this is why I brought Tyler in, because he and I are like discount card hounds. Okay. And then Alicia wanted to talk about meal plan versus tables in Wonderland tonight. So that's what's on the agenda tonight. And we'll start to see if, when's everybody going home? I know for me, it's 26 days. I just looked at it before I logged on. So
fun. I get to head back to Florida next week, but I don't get to go back to Disney to home until in February. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's right. It's your golf trip, right? With your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try Old Key West. So that'll be fun.
Got it. And Tyler, what about yourself?
Well, April the 4th, we're going to do 4 days at Old Key West, and then we'll be going next to Universal Studios for 3 nights. So we're going to do a split trip this time.
Oh, okay. So you're actually going to move over to Universal?
We are, yes.
Okay. Now, where are you staying at Universal?
Right now, it's Cabana Bay, but that could change depending on discounts and incentives. I may possibly join Universal's annual pass program and see what kind of discounts they have for that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's always a good advice to see what's out there on that one. So now, is Cabana Bay one of the places that you can get the all-in-one ticket package where you get the ultimate fast pass?
It is not. So that's why I'm going to continually look to see. I think you have to stay at either Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, or there's one other one. I can't think of the name, but it's like their top 3 hotels.
Got it.
Yeah.
Last time I was there was probably 10 years ago. My kids wanted to go for a boat ride, and here comes Jaws. And I said, I'm out. I'm going back to Disney. So we haven't went back. Yeah.
My son is really excited to try it out. So we'll see what it's like, I guess, the other side.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, here from the audience, Scott says it's T minus 27 days and counting.
It's about the same as you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Also, I'm digging the new StreamYard feature of bringing us up so Tyler doesn't get written on when we go to share these comments here. And Brandy's looking at 132 days before she goes home. And then Dan's saying 33 days. And Dan, I think my second trip, because I'm going to come home, spend about not even a full week, and I think I'm headed right back down. So, and then Rob's going in February, not necessarily a DVC stay, but he is going for the run event.
That is the only reason I would run, is to do that event. I want that medal.
Got it. And then Brandy, who is a travel agent that's in our community, says Portofino Bay is the other one that you get passes with.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully there's an upgrade in your future, because we definitely want to hear on that one. Okay.
Exactly.
That one sounds like so much fun there. But now we had some really, really unique things happen this week. And I looked at the history, and it doesn't seem like they mess with the point charts all that often. Seems like last time was 2011-ish is when right? And then I think Saratoga in 2017 had some changes where they came up with the preferred versus standard views there. But this week we got new 2021 point charts. Okay. And have you guys had a chance to look at them yet? What's your thoughts?
I was peeking through them. They looked, I was impressed to see how many points were out there. And my home resort, Copper Creek, didn't change too much of where we stay. So that was good. But there was a lot of movement out there on some of them.
Yeah. Tyler, is it going to mess with your stays at all, or?
Well, my home resort is Animal Kingdom Lodge, so there's lots of flexibility with the different room types there. So not too bad. I'll definitely want to try to stay away from those prime times though, because those points really went up around those times.
Yeah, I think this point chart one comes out to, it all depends on when do you vacation. Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get stuck with that since we have to go at Christmas and Thanksgiving most of the time now.
Yeah, it really does. It depends on when you go. I know myself and some other teacher friends are all doing the happy dance because our teacher point charts in the summer got cheaper. Okay. Like the 2 bedrooms went down, I don't know, 7, 8 points, maybe 10 points a week, which, okay, it's not in a 350 point week. It's not that big a deal, but yet it's still significant. So it adds up. And
yeah. And ours going up Definitely. 10 points, it makes us go, well, we can probably skim through the next year or two, but if we have to keep going at Thanksgiving or Christmas, we're going to have to add points to keep staying where we want to stay when we want to go.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it really does. And I know some people that go to Food and Wine really weren't happy with this because the Food and Wine season got a little bit pricier. And September got a little bit cheaper. But, I mean, September is like the kids are going back in school. Everybody's back in school. You've just finished up summer vacation. You don't really need a vacation at that point in time.
I know, but I got to tell you, September is, well, we go in October. October is my favorite. I guess you're right. September is still kind of that, not yet.
And, you know, from years gone by, it seems like September is hurricane month as well. So, you know, that's kind of it. But for everybody listening, how did things shake out for you guys on your trips? Any thoughts that you guys have there? And I'll ask that question. I know Jeremy did a comment here saying that he has pretty consistent trips and the change costs us about 7 points every other year. So it's still not that big a deal for 7 point kind of a deal, right? So one of the things that I looked at on this, and Jimmy Shattuck from the My DVC Points community group, as soon as this thing hit, I like tagged him in a post going, you know, you killed it last year on your analysis when that came out. What can you come up with this year? And so I've got a screen share of his, but I'm just going to throw up on the screen right now a little summary that I've done from his with this little point chart.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, this thing is really interesting because I just took the summaries of it. And what he did was he came back in and said, if you were to book out every room in the resort on points for an entire year, 364 days, not 365, because we figured out at first there's an extra weekend day in 2021 versus 2020, and that was driving up the price a little bit. So, but he came back in and did 364 days, apples to apples, and said, if you were to do that the whole time, what really changed? And how good did DVC get? It really just coming back in and getting us within the 1% deviation that's in the contract. And you can start to see they did some pretty smoking numbers here. Like out of 7.3 million points, they were 2,500 points off at Animal Kingdom and 388 points off at Beach Club. And then Boardwalk actually went down 3,000 points. Boulder Ridge went down 136. That's some pretty tight rebalancing, folks. Okay, Copper Creek was 292 for an entire year out of 3.3 million points. So they were pretty well spot on with this. And if you look at it, the things that really got cheaper or the big deviations were all in these non-Walt Disney World ones. Like Alani took, what is that, 24,000 points less to book that? And Hilton Head stayed about the same. Vero Beach went down 42,000 points. might have to check our math on that one just to double check, but it's still kind of good news because I wanted to do this as a barometer because we've always been told that, they never will ever increase or decrease the amount of points that are out there. And so this was just our little spreadsheet double check on it. And it seems like they did a pretty good job of balancing the charts out this year, and things on whole stayed about the same.
Well,
And
it
I
sure makes it look, going to Vero Beach it's like one of those, especially if you have like a few extra points that you didn't use up and you got like 12 extra points, you're like, hey, maybe we can throw on a Vero Beach day. Maybe they draft enough, we can hop in.
Yeah, pop over there because they also have the hotel rooms over there as well, which are really attractive on the point charts. So that's a really good point there.
And I was wowed by how many points, like some of those resorts have a lot of points compared to my little Copper Creek.
Yeah. Marianne makes this comment that Jimmy's the man, and I couldn't agree with you more because I've got another one as well. If you guys want to look at what changed in your particular group, I've got it keyed up here and ready to go. I didn't know if there was a question here. We could come through and look through some of his research there. And Richard comments that we love late August because the Florida kids go back to school in mid-August. And in Maryland, they don't go back to school until September, so it works for us. We were on that same plan as well because what happens is about August 16th, the points go back down. They start to take a little mini dip down. So you can catch the very tail end of summer. And it seems like the northern states are not back in school yet. I know Michigan, we passed a law for our tourist season to help people like Alicia out, saying school can't start back until after Labor Day. And they've been inching around that, but it does help out with our local tourism economy there.
And it's still hot in Michigan in August. That's the best time to travel up here. So, but I can't imagine. I bet Florida's pretty hot in September though, because it's gorgeous in October. Like the end of October is still 80s, like mid 80s.
Yeah, September is still 90s, so
yeah,
it can be uncomfortable,
especially with the humid. That's like you said, hurricane, wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Was in the point charts. Let me come in and I'll share the screen as well and start to come back in. And so this was his actual. He put it up as a PDF, and I have the Excel version as well. He was very kind to email that over. But if we look at this, and like one of the things that I noticed when he did this analysis was the average price of rooms, and he broke it all out. So like what we were told when we did this was they were rebalancing out based on demand. And I'm going, you have the most sought after, highest demand room in all of DVC, the one that people really want for point stretching, these Animal Kingdom value rooms, and they went down 3.2%.
That's a lot down. That's compared to everybody else. Wow.
Yeah, but you can kind of come back in and see, so you can look at what did your room do on an average annual basis.
And there's only 18 of those versus the deluxe studios. There's 109 of those. Wow.
Plus, there's 109 total units, and then he's got the amount of lockoffs.
Right.
Okay. Because he had to factor it out that way. But you can see those, and then look at this one. There's 5 lock-off units for concierge level or club level. And the 1-bedrooms here on concierge got cheaper as well. So what's up with that? Okay. The most sought after rooms, again, got cheaper. I don't understand. But all in all, they did a pretty good job on this. The spreadsheet's out there in the My DVC Points community group, or at least this PDF version is, if you guys want to come back in and check that out. But we'll start to see. Does anybody have any more comments here on what went on with the point charts? Anybody like it, hate it? Anybody really feel bad about it? Any strong opinions one way or the other? So
it sure helps you plan and be like, okay, what am I going to need? Where do we want to go? What time do we want to go? Can we go at a different time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the thing I was most happy about is if you look at the Alani sheet, June 27th, because we're planning our Alani meetup. Okay. So late June, I need to update the banner because we now have exact dates. It is like the middle of the week in the 20th, because now that the point charts are out, but the points don't go back up until the 27th or 28th. So we're going to just squeak right in there before those point charts skyrocket. That's the plan there. So that's some really cool news on the Alani one. And that was the thing I was most happy about. And then you add into the fact that my 2 bedrooms got a little bit cheaper because we're kind of a 1-bedroom family that know we need to really just bite the bullet and book a 2-bedroom. So we bought points for it, but I didn't really want to spend them. So now it's like, okay, when I do go spend them, they just got a little bit cheaper. So I'm pretty happy about that.
You sound like me. I like the space. Like, so we had the 2-bedroom, which we have 6 in our family, which is nice, but the 2-bedroom holds what, 8, 9 people? And I'm like, I don't see room for more people. We need lots of space for all of our shoes and luggage. There is room for, other people, but I don't know if I would want to go with 6 of us and a whole nother family. Even if I brought grandma and grandpa, I would have lost my master bedroom. Like grandma and grandpa would have got the master bedroom. I'm like, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess rank has its privileges, right? So you gotta tip the hat to grandma and grandpa, right? They started it all off.
Yeah, so Old Key West, I'm probably going to lose the master. Yeah.
Yep. And then Marianne comments as well that their family of 5 also does 2 bedrooms. So that probably works out well for them as well. And Saratoga got a little bit sweeter in this deal in the summer, at least for us, at the standard rooms and non-preferred. So that was even cooler to see as well.
And they have so many points there.
Yeah, that chart, like, my gosh, what was it?
Like 15 million or something? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was the other part that I liked looking from Jimmy's analysis. Now, let me throw that back up there. And you're coming over here looking at 14.2 million points over at Saratoga. That's just insane, the amount of points that's sold there. And they're second only to Alani, which still hasn't even sold out yet. But crazy stuff there. Crazy stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, it's... Yeah.
And maybe that's why Alani's not... I mean, I don't know if they're sold out yet or not, but I mean, that's a lot of points at Alani, too.
It really is. And I start to see why it hasn't sold out yet as well. Because that's a lot of points for a resort that's, well, off in the middle of the ocean. So... Yeah.
But very desirable spot. Like if we ever went to Hawaii, I'd be going there. Yeah.
Just got a text message here. It looks like Samantha's ready to join us, and it's a good point to transition.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so we'll give her a second to come back in and key in on this one. And we are trying some new technology that we've been playing with where people can join from their smartphones. I know Tyler had some audio issues tonight, so I was just like, you know what, Tyler, just throw your headbuds in. And we'll come back in and do that. And so
it's working. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Samantha, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Hi, Sam.
We're doing good. So,
hello.
Thanks for joining the show tonight. So,
Yeah.
So you're doing a live in the Magic Kingdom right now?
Yeah, so we're in that little side street that's off of Main Street. We're at the Christmas party tonight, and it's sold out. So this was like the one semi-quiet spot we could find.
Oh, cool. Can you flip the camera and take us for a little tour or a little spin?
Yeah, sure.
Start to pop in and see.
Oh, sorry.
So
have fun.
We're sitting near that jewelry store. We have the glass shop is behind us. And then this is my little sister.
Hey,
hey little sister.
That is so fun.
Yep. Okay. So just a quick rundown of the party. You having fun tonight? All that kind of.
Yeah, so we got in, we checked in around 3 o'clock. We came in with like the early DVC members because we had some fast passes beforehand. And the party started at 8, at 7, but we actually got a lot of stuff done between 6 and 7. We did a couple of the treat stops. We did Tomorrowland Speedway, the teacups, and then we just kind of roamed around, picked whatever photo pass didn't have a line, and got all the treats we could.
Got it. Well, Randy here is saying to have some cookies and cocoa for him. And
we've had a lot.
I
Gotcha.
missed the snow cone one when I was there. So if you can find the snow cone treat spot, that
Where was that? Do you remember?
I couldn't find it. I was like, well, I didn't search that hard, but and we ate at Trader Sam's or whatever it was, so we were kind of full. But I wanted to hit the snow cone one. So good luck finding that one.
And then Marianne says when you get the cookies that she needs one. So
I will try to stash them away for Marianne.
yeah, we're gonna have to like figure out how you can smuggle some cookies out of there for Marianne.
Yeah, some of them come pre-packaged. They come like I know the gluten-free ones all came packaged, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, all the ones that we've gotten so far have been packaged. So we have some chocolate chip, we have some snickerdoodle, we have ginger molasses cookies. One spot was actually giving out like a cake, like a Christmas tree cake that was packaged.
Fun.
So my backpack is like half full of treats right now.
Oh, Laura brought home from last weekend some of their little peppermint stick chips. Okay.
Oh,
Like they crushed up a candy cane and baked it into the cookies, and that was really good.
I gotta find those.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find those. So
I think there's mini hot pretzels around there too, in like snowman shape.
Yeah, we actually we just got done watching the parade. We got a really great spot over in Frontierland. So watching on Main Street isn't your main priority. We literally got out of Pecos Bills at 8:15, sat down, and the parade started at 8:30, and we were front row for it.
Perfect.
awesome. Good tips.
It's
Well-
definitely on my list to try. I've never been to that party yet.
It's fun.
This is our first time, so we're kind of trying to do a little bit of
Yeah.
everything.
I love it when it snows on Main Street.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do kind of blow in some kind of a snow deal. So
It's a lot of snow too. Yeah.
gotcha. Well, Jeremy you got to figure out what Jeremy did because he had about 30 wrapped cookies after the Christmas party. So
Yeah.
I think
we rode on It's a Small World, and I kind of got chatting with the cast member there, and she was like, hit all the treat stands at the end of the night because we have to get rid of everything. So we might be loading up on the way out.
We do that at Halloween and we went home with 30 pounds of candy, I swear.
Gotcha. Well, okay, we'll let you get back to your vacation then, Sam. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
Good
Good
night.
Bye.
Thanks again. All right. Okay. So that's always fun when somebody pops in the show and brings us into the Magic Kingdom or some of the fun places in there. But Tyler, now we're here to talk about gift cards now. Okay. Now I know
Exactly.
you and I are gift card hounds. So what's the best deal that you've gotten this season or here recently?
Well, the best deal that I have gotten so far this year is the 5% off with Discover. And then they will match my cash back with another 5%. That's for new card holders only, though. So within your first year, they will match whatever cash back that you have received within that first year. So, so a total of 10% is so far as my best up to date.
Gotcha. Now, did you buy discounted gift cards with that as well?
Well, you get 5% off at Target with the Discover right now. And then, of course, then they'll match it within that first year.
Got it. Okay. So
Yeah.
it was just a pure flat 10% then.
Exactly. Yes.
Got
But
it.
there is a better deal right now. If you go to Facebook and then go to Disney card deals, there's actually a 15% off right now. And it's a e-card, which they will email it to you within, I think, 7 to 12 days. And it's pretty legitimate from what I have seen so far. Everybody has commented saying they have received the e-gift card and they are actually getting it and then transferring it to a physical gift card. So the 15% is the best I've seen so far.
Yeah, no kidding. And then how do you pay for that? Can you pay for that with a credit card as well?
Well, that's the catch there. They do not accept credit cards. You have to do either Apple Pay, Google Pay, and it seems like there's one other transfer site that you can use. So that's why I was a little hesitant at first, but everybody has posted that They are getting the e-gift cards through their email, and it is legitimate. So you do have to have the cash, though, not on credit.
Got it. So that's normally how this thing works is you come out and you find a discounted gift card. Okay. So right now, my standard go-to, if you live anywhere in the Michigan, Indiana, Ohio area, there's a chain of grocery stores they actually invented this whole Walmart Supercenter thing back in the early 70s. And it's called Meijer. And Meijer will come back in and they'll run a promotion every now and then that says if you buy $500 worth of gift cards, we'll give you $50 of free groceries. Okay. So that's like a 10% kickback right there, just on the free groceries. And you have to watch this because you really want cash back, but groceries, I mean, I can't walk into the store without dropping $200 shopping for my family. So $50 of free groceries I kind of instantly use. And it's like cash. It's like cash back because that's just money I don't have to put into the grocery budget. Okay. So we get $50 of free groceries, which we were going to spend anyways there. So that's a good deal. But then the other thing is they promote a credit card there that you can pick your rotating bonus. And it's a little bank that sets up in there. And it's 3%. And you can set it to grocery stores. So I have one of those cards that's just set to grocery stores. And so I buy my gift cards at Meijer's with that. And then up to $2,000 a quarter, they give me another 3% back. So if I add the 3% plus the 10%, I'm up to 13. And I can rock and roll that one. Well, it's $500 per account. And when you look at 5 people with annual passes, you're almost $4,000 right there. Plus dues and everything else, plus the meals, everything that we spend, we're easily rolling $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 through that program a year. But we just have multiple accounts. Everybody in the family has an account. So we come back in and buy that through everybody and keep just rolling that through.
So how do you hear when they go on sale or when they start with those? Is it on M-Perks or is it like, do you have to walk in the door or?
Yeah, it's in their M-Perks app, and you just kind of come back in and look at it, or you come back in and, well, my wife's in there all the time anyways, because she does actually do 90% of our grocery shopping there. So she's in there looking every week at it anyways, and then she just says, gift card deal is up. And so our other key trick to that is we have a little tiny online savings account, and it's a no fee, no minimum, no cost. I think it pays just over 1% interest. And every single time we get paid, $400 goes into the Disney fund, okay, or the Disney envelope, so to speak, so that we pile up cash and we wait for the gift cards to come on sale. And then this thing doesn't like have a chance because I'm literally in the store buying the cards, and then I transfer the money out of savings and pay the credit card off before I like even drive away. Because that's how much I hate that credit card game and having that hang out there. So that's the only way that it really works for us. If you're going to play this credit card game, is to just pay the bill and be Johnny on the spot with it. Okay.
Right.
But it's really about finding a discounted gift card and then seeing what kind of credit card rebate you can stack on top of it. Mm-hmm. I know. Go ahead.
I was going to say like BJ's or Sam's Club, sometimes like Chase preferred cards will have a rotating extra cash back on their cards. Mm-hmm. So you can use that. Discover has the same. So just really doing the research and seeing when your credit card might have the extra cash back is a great idea as well.
Yeah. And again, it's all about you're going to spend this money at Disney. Okay. Right. So there's a principle of the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And if you're wealthy enough that you can save for it ahead of time, then you can come in and snag these deals and really come out ahead. Okay. And I know Tyler and I are like masters at that. We all the time are texting each other back and forth going, oh, did you see this deal? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like Anthony. Anthony's over there. I don't know if you want to pull him up. I'm like, yep. And so he goes to Sam's Club and I do as well. So like our business goes there. We have the Sam's Club credit card and all that kind of stuff. So you can buy them on a discount there. And the cool thing about Sam's Club is they're nationwide. So that's cool. And you can put those on your Sam's Club credit card also. And then I get kickbacks how much I spend on the Sam Club credit card too. So you get money later on down the line. So that's pretty cool that he's also doing it that way.
Yeah, that is really, really, really kind of where it's at, is coming back in and finding the stacking. And Anthony also brings up something that Tyler and I ran through, I don't know, for the longest time over at Dosh. And Swagbucks is another one where you can play the games and use their like loyalty apps and things like that to get some extra cash through. It seems like Sam's Club and Dosh kind of, I don't ever see the deal coming up on Sam's anymore.
No,
And
about 2% max.
Yeah, so we look at it and go, it didn't really hang with the 13% I was getting at Myers.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. A lot different.
Yeah, Rob here is from Michigan, and he goes, I love and miss Myers. And
I'm surprised they're not bigger. Like they're not more nationwide. Yeah.
They're growing. They're definitely growing. But I mean, they got to compete with Walmart and Target. So
and Winn-Dixie. Yeah. Yeah.
And Winn-Dixie and all of that. And Amanda brings up another interesting point here that I kind of held on to. And it's, she was saying, wow, 15% off her gift cards. She just got 4 times the fuel rewards at their grocery store and then stacked it with her Visa rewards card. And I know Kroger does the fuel rewards cards and all of the Kroger-like brands because in different areas of the country, they're branded to different chains that they bought up that had a good regional brand, but it's still Kroger. And there's people that really come out ahead on that one, but I think you can get like up to 50 cents or $1 a gallon off of your gas. And when you do that, it's $1 off per gas, but it's like a 35 gallon limit or something. So you almost have to pull up with 2 empty SUVs off of the same, fuel pump and buy 35 gallons of gas to really maximize that deal.
I think my Yukon XL that could probably hit that.
Yeah, it probably could. Okay. But I think if you were to come in with your Jeep and your Yukon, right? Or have the boys come behind you in their Jeeps and really time that and hit that. And to me, that just looked like it was an awful lot of work doing the fuel rewards thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, I drive so much. Last thing I want to do is coordinate a drive to the grocery store. Okay. On an empty tank when I'm doing 100 miles a day anyway. So I hit that empty tank about every 4 or 5 days, but timing it all and then another one, because my car has like 16 gallons. So I don't feel like I'm going to get the most out of it. But I know a lot of people do that. Russ from DVC Info is a huge fan of the Kroger fuel rewards and hitting that up as well.
Yeah, it looks like Dan might know how to do that a bit too. He's got a lot on it.
Yeah, Russell comes in here and makes the comment that he's played this game numerous times and it really works out well. It really, truly does. And I don't know why Disney keeps doing this because you can do this for cruises. You can do it for anything that you go to pay Disney for. And you can pay your DVC dues with a gift card. Okay.
And we did that last year. Yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah, if they change it this year, I'm going to be in a world of hurt because I'm sitting on all of my dues money as in gift cards. I will just be really up a tree. Okay.
You could buy a lot of, Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of Baby Yoda merch. Okay. if I'm there, let's come back in and
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's Dan's comment that Kroger Fuel Perks gets us $1 off of gas by buying gift cards. And it's pick and save in his area. Okay. And the Southwest Rewards credit cards that they earn points on towards the flights. So there's a lot of ways people are coming back in here and stacking this up. And you just have to realize that why we're covering this tonight is it's dues paying time, but I get a lot of questions about it. And I always have to, rather than type it all out, I'd rather just come back in and tell people, okay, go back and play the December 15th show from 2019, where we really come back in and talk about stacking all of these things. Because it really is. It's about stacking. You want to buy the gift card discounted, which Sam's will sell, BJ's will sell. Like we're now at about the time of year when I think BJ's doubles their discounts from like 3% off to like 6.8%, if memory serves me correctly.
That's awesome.
And then if you can put a 5% reward credit card that's set to warehouses on top of that and go back in and play those games as well, I look at it like we are DVC members and we know we're going. We know we're spending this money. So why not get a little bit more proactive about it and stretch those dollars a little bit farther and see what we can come up with?
And I wonder how many people like have the Disney rewards, like the visas. And then because you can spend $50 and then like double your, rewards points on that. And I have like too many credit cards, but because of that, so I don't do the $50 upgrade on all of them, just like one of them. So I didn't know if anybody else has found that credit card is good or.
So I know there's some fans out there. Andrew really is a fan of his Disney Rewards Visa for his 2%, but I carry a Citibank card that gives me 2% off everything. So I'm like, and it's cash. It's like once a month I can tell them to deposit that cash back into my checking account. So I don't have to play that wait for it game. Okay. And
I found like on my end, that's the only rewards card that I utilize. I'm sure I have like different rewards somewhere on other cards that are like, hey, you have like $1 billion here. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Right. But I know when I have DVC rewards, that's for sure.
Yeah. So let me come back in through some more of these comments here.
Yeah.
So Dan also comments that he's used Sam Club as well and combined it with Dosh in the past. Yeah. Last year, this time, the Dosh deal in Sam's was pretty new and you could come back in and, 5 or 8% sometimes.
Is Dosh an online thing or what's that?
It's an app you can get. And I'll put a link into the show on there if anybody wants to try it out. That's like a little affiliate link. And then Amanda backs me up here. She says that she has 7 5-gallon cans that they use to come back in and hit that 35-gallon cap. Okay. Which makes sense. You can do it that way as well. And Marianne comments as well. My husband always takes a gas can with him and finishes off the max that way. And, again, she's doing the same kind of a trick there. Now, Richard has this comment. He says he pays his DVC dues with the Disney Visa card, and then you get the Disney points. And that comes out to around 2% as well. So if you can loop that through there and pick up 2%, that's great. It's, we look at it and I go 2% versus my 13. I'd take 13 any day, but I really he's got it a lot more convenient. Okay. He's just paying it with the card, getting his 2% back. Whereas we've got to come back in, find the deal, go buy the card, pay off the credit cards, do all of this hoops and jump through, scratch them all off, and then combine the 2 $500 cards to a $1,000 card, which if you're going to do anything with Disney gift cards, you really need at least one account, if not more, over at DisneyGiftCard.com, because that will let you combine cards up to $1,000. You can take 2 $500 cards, make them 1,000. And then when you get ready to pay your dues, and we have 12, 14 contracts now, and I have to pay each one of them individually. So it takes a while. Dues paying time at my house is like a night. I need to just set aside a night to do it.
You need a bottle of booze right next to you when you're doing dues day.
I'm telling you, because it's like I've got 50 million little tiny 50-point contracts. Okay. And I got to pay them all individually. And so you start off with $1,000 gift card and you pay this, $300 bill. And then you pay another $300 bill. And then you go, oh, shoot, I don't have enough to do this last $380 bill. So I can pay part of it. And then you got to do another card. Oh, it's a pain. Right?
Have you found that there is places that have higher gift card? Like instead of $50 gift card, is there some that have 500 or 1,000?
Yeah, a lot of the stores you can specify. Like at Meijer's, you can specify how big of gift card you want to buy. So I just look at them and I'm buying 2 $500 gift cards because that's what we do at a time, because the credit card companies will say something's fishy going on here with anything more than 2 $500 charges. So I usually just buy 2 at a time. And then they kind of look at you like, I guess you're going to Disney, huh? And then I'm usually wearing like a Disney sweatshirt and hat or something like that. And I'm just going, yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. Okay. Or I'm rocking my podcast t-shirt and going, yeah, it's a pretty safe bet that I'm going to Disney. So
yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
And then Marianne comments as well here that she's a fan of the Southwest cards. And she has the Disney one, but I just use it for meet and greets. And I am the exact same way. I have the free Disney one. and I use it for meet and greets, and it's my backup 6 months no interest financing on a major Disney purchase if I ever get to the point where I had to have it. So,
And that is a nice feature to have the 0% for 6 months. And you get discounts. I mean, so even if you're not an annual pass holder and maybe they're not a Blue Card member, with that Disney Visa, you can get discounts at Disney. Like we would go down to Disney Springs. We would tell the kids you couldn't buy anything anywhere unless it was at the Wide World of Disney. That was it. Because that's where we got our discount at.
Really? I mean, now what was that discount from? Because
of that Disney Visa card, then you would get 10% or 20%, but you'd have to spend $50. So once you spent $50, then you got a discount.
Got it. Well, now you've got your blue DVC card, so that's 20% about every place. So
I just lost it at the casino. So crap, I got to get another one. Did they send out more? Or I don't know.
You can order another one, but there's a story. Did you like wager the Disney gift card? I mean,
yeah. Put it all on 8. Let it roll. No. Yeah, we just forgot a bag, and there was a bunch of cool swag in there, and that was one of those things that I took out of my wallet because I didn't want to lose it. And we never put the bag in the car. And whoever was doing housekeeping that day didn't turn in the lost bag at that casino. So, and the way it went. Yeah.
Got it. Well, you just got to order another one here. Just order another one there. But let's circle back in and pick up some more comments. So,
yeah.
And so let me bring Tyler back. So welcome back,
Hey
Tyler.
guys, sorry about that. My phone was drained really fast. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So now he's back on the iPad as well. So
I should be good now.
Yeah, until we kill this battery, because it'll drain some battery because you're on Wi-Fi and camera and everything else rolling. So
definitely.
Okay. So welcome back, and Dan makes a comment here. Says you don't have to fuel up at the grocery store. There are others like British Petroleum gas stations nearby that participate, and you can stack the $1 off per gallon on other offers on your account as needed. So we have 5 tanks of gas saved up right now. So
it's hilarious that BP means British Petroleum. That's funny.
Yeah, that's the that is what their brand stood for. Okay. Way back when. And so, I think his point is you can keep those coupons up for a while once you get them and then go use them all together. Okay. And as well, because like some Krogers do not have gas stations attached to them. So they'll work out a deal with another local gas station to take them. Yep.
And are Krogers more south? I don't know. I haven't been to a Kroger.
No, we have
Kroger. I was going to say Kroger is pretty much around the southeast for sure. So I know Kentucky, it's our main grocery store.
And then over here in the, I guess the east side of Michigan, Alicia, Kroger's pretty big over here.
Oh,
they bought up like Farmer Jack and some of the other A&P, okay, which used to stand for Atlantic and Pacific if we're going into nerdy brand names and what the acronyms stand for tonight.
So maybe like more big city stuff, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what happens in the grocery business is there are all these little tiny chains, and they've slowly gotten bought up by the big people through consolidations, kind of like banks have.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes they keep the brand name, sometimes they don't. And like, I think Ralph's is also Kroger, and that seems like that's a California, maybe Texas brand, but it's still the same company. And so Richard comes back in and he's explaining that on top of the 2%, we're getting 1% in reward dollars or each dollar spent and getting 10% off shopping and dining. I think that's with the Disney Visa card there. So
nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And Marianne says she has a Kroger in Omaha. So, but yeah, that's kind of our trick to Disney gift card deals. We almost started to do a newsletter to just say, hey, here's the deals when we find them. But I've looked at it and I'm just like, I just don't have the time to start another little project. Although it would be really, 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 really fun to come back in and do. And so, yep. So any other comments here on gift cards or any tips people have on using gift cards? My main things are stack the deals. You want to see it, buy it at a discount. You want to come back in and find some kind of credit card rebate or something to go with it. And then come back into that as well and see if you can find a bonus through like a Dosh or some other kind of an app. If you can hit that trifecta of the card itself is on sale, a credit card rebate, plus some third-party application is giving you money to shop at a store. I mean, I've seen people run theirs through like, what was it, Home Depot or Lowe's? They would buy a gift card for here, then go over there, and then crazy kind of gift card changing. I just go for the pure, simple cash off, credit card rebate, app stack. That's my go-to jam when I can find it. But
yeah, and so when you guys, see him, totally post it out there on my DVC Points community so that we can be like, oh, I'll run to Kroger and we'll go find one.
yeah. If you guys find a deal, go ahead and post it out there and we'll sniff it out and comment and check that out as well. So, okay. Now, Alicia, you wanted to talk some tonight about the dining plan versus tables in Wonderland.
Yeah. So if we're saving money out there, right, we're trying all these loops, we have always, many times have done the meal plan, and we love the meal plan. I love, being able to eat whatever we want and getting snacks and doing all that. But I hear a lot more of this tables in Wonderland. So I hear, and a lot of people have been chatting out there saying which one is better. And I know, some people are in love with both. So now, is tables in Wonderland something that anybody can do, or do you have to be DVC?
It's really, you have to either be a blue card DVC member or have an annual pass. Okay. And either one of those will let you buy it. And I think if you're blue card DVC, you can even buy it at like $25 off what an annual pass holder gets. So Rob here comments that it's Florida resident as well. But I'm like, if you're Florida resident, you've got an annual pass of some kind anyway. So they've got some dirt cheap ones.
They do. Yeah.
Some serious dirt cheap annual passes there.
And they have different options than Blue Card. Like they can have like a Monday through Friday. They can have like a, and that's why theirs are cheaper, I think, is because they have more options.
Yeah, that are a little bit more restricted. So, yeah. And so what we dig about Tables in Wonderland is it's a flat 20% off, and then they add on an 18% gratuity. So, but if you're going to like Wilderness Lodge, you can use the valet for free. You still have to tip the valet, but any of the places that have valet right now, Tables in Wonderland will cover the valet fees. And that really came in helpful one night when we were going to Boma and it was just raining cats and dogs. So we just pulled up the van to Jumbo House right under the cover and handed the keys to the guy, said Tables in Wonderland. He was like, okay, bring your receipt back when you're done, and brought him the receipt, flipped him, $5 and we're off and done. So that, I think valet is my number one favorite thing on Tables in Wonderland. That and it typically works on booze as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you go to a bar, then you can bust that out. And
there's not a minimum on, can it work on a popsicle or, like a Mickey ice cream?
I believe so. It should work on a Mickey ice cream, but if you go inside a store and don't buy it from a cart, you can use your DVC Blue Card and get 20% off that one. Yeah.
And then also like the 18% gratuity. So when we, that's the inside intel on the food plan is that a lot of people don't know that changed not too long ago. It's that we have to pay for the gratuity, especially at any sit down. Quick service, you don't have gratuity, but we had 6 of us. And so even if your sixth one is a newborn, they still count as it a 6 and they do 18% mandatory gratuity on it. So they want you to drink. They want you to have that. Oh, you get a drink. Oh, you get dessert. You get to add all that. but then that adds to their gratuity. So sometimes our gratuity is like $100, after I have a couple of cocktails.
Yeah. Here's the best site that I have found. It's called mouseperks.com. And a guy in the My DVC Points community group, Micah, puts the site on and keeps it up to date. And he will list every place out there that he can find that has the Disney Visa card, which I know we've got some Disney Visa fans that are watching the show tonight. And it seems like Richard made the comment here that the Disney Visa card is the best one to use. So if you come back in, Mouse Perks will break out for you. Here's what your annual pass holder discount is and where it works. Here's what the DVC Blue Card discount is. Here's what Tables in Wonderland is. There's like 4 different discounts, and he lists them all out. And we'll tell you roughly what the rules and the gotchas are. So, for example, another favorite one that I love is Top of the World. You can't get a DVC discount because you have to be DVC to get in there. But there's an unpublished Tables in Wonderland discount, and they'll run it through your Tables in Wonderland and give you your 20% off.
Nice.
Yeah, so I really, really, really dig that one, and it's on his site, mouseperks.com.
And is it a yearly fee?
Yeah, so Dan asked that question as well. So how much is Tables in Wonderland? And it seems like, I'm just going off memory here, like $175 per year, per 13 months.
Oh.
Okay. It's a really weird deal. So if you're going to buy this, and like one year, the first year I bought it, I was there from May 31st and then was there for about a week. And I held off on buying it because you get the remainder of the current month plus 13 full months on your Tables in Wonderland card.
Oh, so you kind of want to play that game. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I bought it on the 30th of May, I would have gotten the 30th to 31st. Okay. And then it would have came back in, and my 13 months would have started at the end of June. Okay. And so what it is I waited till June 1st to buy it, got that full complete month. Okay. And ended up sneaking an extra month out of it. And it worked out well because that extra month I was coming with my parents, and there was like 9 of us going on that trip. And that's the other key to Tables in Wonderland is character dinings. That 20% off of character dinings, if you have a bunch of people with you, is key because you can go to Hoop-de-Doo with one party and break even. You can go to Cinderella's table with one big party and get your $150, $175 back.
But they all have to pay you, though. You can't, like, at the end of the day, split the check.
Yeah. So that's okay. Now let's talk about that. Okay. Because you can't hand them 4 different credit cards with 4 different names on it. Okay. But you could hand them 4 different gift cards because there's no names on it.
Ah, there you go.
And so if you're using my discounted gift card strategy, which we just covered tonight, then you come back in and you hit them with the tables, right? Now you're really talking about stretching your Disney dollars to the max. Okay. And
can you put that on your room, though, and then pay your room off with those gift cards?
You could do that. I don't personally like doing that because that's like a credit card balance that I can't check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have no idea what's on there. It just goes into magically place that something pays someday.
Yeah, so to me, I like handing them the card and then them circling how much is left on the card. And now I have a mental accounting of what I'm spending and I'm on track with it.
Okay? I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, because that mental accounting is key. But everybody listening, what's your favorite way to do this? Is anybody still a dining plan fan that's still out there, or tables, or just cook in the room? How are you guys handling this stuff that are out there tonight? And Marianne makes this comment that she didn't know Top of the World did Tables in Wonderland. Mind blown. So yeah, it's pretty nice. You got to ask for it. Again, mouseperks.com. Got to do a huge shout out to my buddy Micah. So
yeah, and Rob was up there, and he said he doesn't the discount on Tables in Wonderland count towards alcohol too? You don't get that on the meal plan, but on the meal plan you can get. I mean, the alcohol is included on the meal plan. I have lots of yummy alcohol out there that I found.
Mhm.
Even on the quick service, I got some too.
Yeah, that's true. Now you just did quick service, or you did the meal plan on this last trip, right?
Yep. Yep. We've done it many, many times. We like it. I mean, anytime you can get a 13-year-old with a big old stack of ribs and a steak, and I'm like, sure, order whatever you want, kid. I don't care if it's $85, you know? So
Yeah,
they
you just
eat.
got to pay the tip on it, right?
Yeah, and that. I swear they only started that a couple, 2-3 years ago. And with a family of 6, that adds up quick. But they sure do spoil you, though. I mean, if you have a birthday, they always bring out a big cake and all of the stuff. Like everywhere we go, they do seem to give us a lot of attention with the meal plan.
Yeah, Brandy is with you. She says she loves the dining plan here. And Joe watching goes the Disney dining plan all the way. So there's some definite dining plan fans out there. I've just done the math on it, and to me it seems like we come out ahead on tables.
Yeah, and I do call it fat camp because we get our value. We eat our way around the world for sure. We know where we're gonna eat. I can tell you a year from advance where we're going to eat. And I also like the cups. Like this one is one of the cups that I ran around the world in order to find with the meal plan. Then you get unlimited pop and that kind of stuff, and drinks and lemonade, and we carry this cup. I carried it all throughout everywhere, and whenever we would find a little thing to fill up, we would.
There you go. And so Marianne comments as well that we do like the Disney dining plan, both table service and quick service. And when I take teens, it gives me the freedom to let them do their thing. And I don't have to worry about them over ordering. So I guess with hungry teenagers in there, you feel like you could kind of beat the dining plan, so to speak. And I know a lot of people try to beat the dining plan when they're on it. And some people just say, I just like the convenience of it.
One funny story, we went to eat with the princesses one time when the kids were little, no dining plan, and this was the big thing we were doing today. We went and ate with like the evil stepsisters, right? My husband, the bill came, and he looks at it, and these kids are like 7. They didn't eat much, right? And he looks at it, he goes, that's it. You're getting back up and you're going at back again. You're going to eat more because there's no way we spent $500 on this. Yeah. So after that, then we started doing the meal plan so then he doesn't have to see the bill.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Maria makes this comment here that they've always been a dining plan person, but now that they're DVC, we're going to try in August going with tables in Wonderland to see how it goes. She says, I'm a little scared. I love not having to think about it, the aspect of the dining plan. And
I think next time we're going to try it also. Like we talked about it. I mean, by having the kitchen there, that was amazing. So there is like meals that we don't have to eat out all the time. And then maybe we'll just have to, do the gift card jump. And then when we're there and we're like, no, this is how much we would have spent. And then put all of that on a gift card and be like, here, go ahead, eat whatever you want. And we'll see if we, at the end of the trip, if we have extra money left on here, well, then maybe I'll buy a new sweatshirt or something.
yeah, and Marianne comments here as well. You got to love this one. I know a lot of people are going to relate with this. That's the other reason why we don't do that is another reason we do the Disney dining plan. If Tom doesn't see the bill, he stresses less. And I think you touched on that as well there, Alicia.
Yeah. Happy dad, happy vacay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And Rob is saying that we've only used the meal plan once, that we typically cook now with a few meals. And that's typically what we do as well, because we think paying for breakfast, you're just paying an awful lot. Now, the exception to that rule is my family loves Garden Grill for breakfast, where they can hang out with Chip and Dale. And Ohana for breakfast is my kids' favorite because they love hanging out with Stitch and the character times there. But again,
I like Chef Mickey. I mean, with the unlimited crispy bacon, it's so good.
Yeah, Chef Mickey. Again, all of these character meals are on tables in Wonderland as well. So,
and we got a window seat there at Chef Mickey, and we got to see like the fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom. It was really cool.
Oh, really nice. Really nice.
And I was going to say, we use the 10% off DVC discount and then discounted gift cards. So everybody's got their own way that works for them. As far as the dining plan for us, it's way too much food. So we do not get our money's worth from that. So we know how we do Disney. So it's important. It's just however you do Disney, everybody's got their own way.
Yeah. And it's, there's no wrong way of doing it. Okay. What we do is we talk about some options and some pros and cons on all of this stuff. And we kind of celebrate how we all do it differently.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be different next time. Like, we'll be going back for another 50 years. So we got time to try it all.
Yeah, you've definitely got time to try it out. And I think the thing that I like about tables is you can play that 13-month game and then do it where I'm going to use this points and we're going to go in August. We're going to buy our annual pass. And then next year when we go in July, our annual pass is still good and our Tables in Wonderland discount is still good. So we're getting two, probably 12-day trips. So at least 24 days in the park from just summer vacations, not including any pop-down trips. So like we popped down because we found Spirit airfare cheap. Okay.
Yeah, I got sucked into that one today. Yeah, we ended up doing that. We talked a few days ago about would you go to Florida to Disney for one day if you got good airfare? So I bit the bullet for everybody. We're going to try it in the middle of January. So my son and I are going to fly down. We found a 6 a.m. flight out of Grand Rapids, and then we're going to fly down. We're going to go to a surf expo show, and then we're going to fly back that same night. So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, so there you go. It's that same, that same day trip, right?
Yeah. So you can add those in all the time now that you've got the Tables in Wonderland and, your annual pass holder. You could go hop down for a day.
Gotcha. Tyler, what's the shortest trip that you go for?
We usually only go once a year. So most of the time it's about 7 nights is our go-to trip. So 7 nights is our minimum that we would do, and then maximum would be 8 or 9. So
got it. Where you come in on a Friday and you leave on a Sunday.
Basically, yeah.
I love that because you're kind of maximizing. You're getting 2 weekends at Disney on one trip.
Right.
So absolutely, positively love that. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and start to wrap up today's show. And I want to welcome back, Alicia. You haven't been with us for the last couple of weeks now, and we're always glad to have you back. And
it's always fun.
Yep. And Tyler, I know you're a member of the My DVC Points community group as well. You're active in posting in there as well. Is that the best place for people to follow up with you?
Sure. Or they can private message me on Facebook. Either one is great.
Yep. And it's just Tyler Lee, Lee. So,
Lee, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so that's going to pretty much wrap this show up. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And thanks for all your comments. And we will be back with you next Sunday. And hopefully this week, hopefully earlier than later, I'll get the second half of that Saratoga show out where Samantha was on it and Marianne's on it. And we're kind of spreading some love on the Saratoga Springs Resort. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.